Welcome back to the 13th episode in this hardcore survival world, and if you're new, welcome to the series. It is the 13th episode, but hopefully we won't have bad luck because I want to kill the Ender Dragon 19 times, and I don't want to die. But before we can kill the Ender Dragon 19 times, we need quite a few items. Because the reason why I want to kill the Ender Dragon 19 times is because eventually I want to transform the End Island. And when we transform the main End Island, we can't resummon the dragon anymore. So I started out the episode by smelling loads and loads of sand into some glass blocks, so I could craft some glass bottles. I need those glass bottles to collect some dragon's bread, because if I don't, I won't be able to do anything which requires dragon's bread after transforming the main End Island. We now hopefully have all of the dragon's bread we'll ever need. And just a side note, you need 4 end crystals for each time you want to resummon the Ender Dragon. So I also had to collect some ender pearls, some blaze rods and some ghast tears. But now it is time to kill some ender dragons. So let's start with shooting all of the crystals. And I think there's only one left. And that is this one right here. Now that all of the crystals are gone, it's finally time to actually kill the Ender Dragon. And he's already perching, so let's just kill him really quickly with our sword. Holy damn. He launched us insanely high. Almost there. And that's it. Okay, so we just killed the Ender Dragon with our sword, but instead of being boring and killing the Ender Dragon the same way every single time, I think it would be cool to kill the Ender Dragon in many different ways. So I'll resummon the Ender Dragon, and this time I will kill him with my axe. But let's first take a look at the new gateway that should have spawned in. Oh yeah, there it is. That is the second gateway of the 20 there are. So let's just resummon the Ender Dragon. Boom. And let's kill him this time with our axe. And let's start again with all of the end pillars. And now we'll just need to wait again until he comes to the end fountain. Here he comes. Let's see how our axe does the job. And the dragon is dead. For the second time in this episode. That's a new record. Yippee! We've already killed the Ender Dragon with our sword and our axe. So let's now use another tool. For example, the pickaxe. So let's just do the same thing we've already done 2 times this episode, which is respawning the Ender Dragon and destroying all of the end crystals. And let's try to finish him with our fortune pickaxe this time. But this will take a lot longer than the sword or the axe. And that's it. Now we have 1, 2, 3, and I guess, yeah, 4 gateways. Who's next? Should we also do the silk touch pickaxe? Yeah, why not? And there he goes. Let's see how the shovel does. The shovel actually does more attack damage than the pickaxe. Boom. Now we of course have to do all of the tools, so we can't forget about the hoe. Our netherite hoe. And well, this one only has 1 attack damage, so this will take a long time. Oh, and actually I can hit pretty fast with this hoe. And here is the hoe going in for the kill. Well, that were all of the netherite tools I can really hit the dragon with. But now it might be time for the tools that shoot projectiles, like the bow. And I'm guessing the bow will be pretty easy to kill the dragon with, because instead of waiting for the dragon to perch, we can just shoot it out of the air. So here we go, let's see how that goes. And we will of course also use a bow to shoot all of the end crystals. Now that all of the crystals are gone, let's see how good my aim is. It appears to be pretty bad. Here we go. Oh no, the dragon is perching. Now we don't want him to perch. Because now I can't shoot him anymore. I think this will be the final perch for the dragon. Because I should be able to kill him now. Before he perches again. One more. And he's dead. Well, this was pretty easy because we didn't even have to come close to the dragon. And now that we're using things that can shoot projectiles, let's use something I don't even have on me right now. So I will need to get back to the overworld. If you guys didn't know, I was of course talking about the crossbow. And we even have some. So let's see if we can enchant this one. Piercing 3. Ooh, and quick charge. But I don't really know the maximum levels of these because I never use a crossbow. So I will look it up and I'll see you guys in a second. So I've looked it up and we have quick charge with a maximum level of 3, piercing with a maximum level of 4, and multi-shot, just multi-shot 1. So we have piercing 3. Should we just try piercing 3? Well, we have the level, so only piercing 3. Let's get another crossbow. Let's see. Unbreaking 3. Well, we won't be needing that, because we already have it. Let's try again. Ooh, multi-shot. You know, I'll take it. And only multi-shot. So we just need piercing 3 again and quick charge 3. So let's see. Quick charge 1. Ooh, piercing 4. That is perfect. And unbreaking 3. So that means we can disenchant this one and this one. So we now have multi-shot and piercing 4 and unbreaking 3. So only, ooh, quick charge 2. We'll take that. And piercing 4 again. Yeah, there we have it. Let's go. Quick charge 2. So now we'll just need to combine all of these. And we'll hopefully have enough levels for that. But I don't think that will be a problem. Let's start with combining these two. So we have piercing 4 and quick charge 3. Then we'll also put these two together. Wait. Oh. You can't combine multi-shot with piercing. Ooh. That is... Well, I guess we won't be using any multi-shot then. So, we just have piercing 4, quick charge 3, and unbreaking 3. It is what it is. But we do need some arrows now, because the crossbow can't have infinity. So, let's go. And of course, I will also be shooting the end crystals with this thing. Actually, a crossbow is pretty nice, because you can run with it while it's charged. And just instantly shoot it. Now let's go for the dragon. And finally. That took way too long. But we finally got him. Let's put this crossbow away, cause this was just annoying. Actually, no. Let's take the crossbow again, because arrows are not the only things you can shoot with it. We can also shoot fireworks. And it is night, so that's perfect, because we will need loads of gunpowder. Well, there should be enough gunpowder for all of the fireworks we'll need. But we will also need a color for the fireworks, and of course I am choosing red. So let's bone meal some of these. And let's craft these into dice. Make some firework stars. And now we can make some firework. Oh, and I also made some extra normal fireworks. But this should be enough. But I will be taking the gunpowder with me for if we need some more. But let's just test these fireworks one time. Nope, that's an arrow. Do you need to have it in your offhand for it to work? Well, I guess. Well, that is pretty dangerous, but let's test it. That is nice. Hopefully this will do enough damage to the dragon, but there's only one way to find out. I guess it's time to respawn the Ender Dragon and see how effective firework is to kill the dragon. Here we go. But to make sure I don't miss anything, I'm just gonna wait until he's at the fountain. And let's offhand this and test our firework. Oh. Never mind. I'm using the wrong fireworks. I need these to be in my offhand. Right? Yes. Okay, let's test this now. It actually works pretty well. We actually didn't use that many fireworks and the dragon is already 1/4 of the way done. And he's perching again. So let's spam these fireworks. Okay, for the last firework, I'm gonna try to hit the Ender Dragon in the air. Here we go. Let's see if we can hit him. Come on. Oh, he's perching again. Oh, but we killed him. Let's go. We even have some fireworks left to celebrate. Because that was our 10th gateway, so we're halfway done. We only need to kill the Ender Dragon 10 more times. And I still have some more ideas in mind on how we can kill the Ender Dragon in different ways. And one of those is of course with explosives. And the most popular way is of course with bats, so we will need some wool. But using bats is of course not the only way, because we can also use some TNT. And even some TNT minecarts, so we will need some iron. Oh. And I think we can actually also use end crystals to kill the Ender Dragon. Because if you don't know, when you break an end crystal, while the dragon is healing from that crystal, the dragon takes some damage. So this should also be possible. So let's start out with the bats, also called one cycling. I've never done this before and just watched a tutorial on how to do this, so let's see how this goes. I am still going to destroy all of the crystals though, because I don't think I will be able to do the one cycling first try. So I'm just gonna play it safe and destroy all of these crystals. Now to do the one cycling, I need of course 2 obsidian, and I think I need to face north or south, I guess, and place 2 of these obsidian, just like this. And now I have to turn on hitboxes, so when the dragon perches, I can stand here and use a bat when the dragon's head is above this block, and I should be able to kill him by doing that. But I don't really know the timing, so this is a little bit of a guess, but he is perching, so let's see. I think I did it too late. Well, we can still do this. But now there's fire everywhere. And how many damage did it actually do? Ooh, quite a lot actually. I am of course still going to give one cycling a shot, but if it doesn't work out, I can at least kill the Ender Dragon this way. The dragon is perching again. Hopefully I will be able to do it this time. It worked! Let's go! My first one cycle ever. The timing was probably way off, but I mean it worked, so I'm happy. But now I'm gonna have to try to kill the Ender Dragon with TNT. And I think my tactic is to wait until the dragon perches, of course. And then place a TNT under his head and ignite it with my flame bow. And there he goes. Exploded out of this world. Let's now grab these rails and craft some minecarts. And let's now do exactly the same thing for the TNT minecarts. What the f... What was that? Come on, I was literally standing like 10 blocks away from the TNT minecart. Actually, that launch was pretty cool and I might be able to do it again. I mean, I want to try to do it again because it was pretty fun. Well, this was pretty easy actually. Up until now, all of the explosives were fairly easy. Now for the last explosive way to kill the Ender Dragon, I still have the end crystals. I think I will just stand right here when the dragon perches and explode some crystals until he's dead. But that were all of the explosive ways to kill the Ender Dragons. So let's look at some other ways to kill the Ender Dragon, cause we still need 6 more gateways. And one of the ways is with instant damage 2 potions, and more specific, lingering potions. Because I think those deal more damage, and we also have an excuse to use our fresh dragon's bread we collected. So let's grab some nether wart, some spider eyes so we can craft some fermented spider eyes, some glass bottles, some gunpowder, some glowstone, and the dragon's bread. And let's start by filling up some bottles and just brewing all of the potions. You guys know how it works. I guess 1 full shulker box of potions should be enough. But just to be sure, I'm gonna take some extra items with me. And luckily I did, because I was running out of potions. When I had used all of my potions, the dragon still had a bit of health. So I started brewing some new ones when this happened. No! The dragon destroyed the brewing stand. Oh, I was already scared this was gonna happen. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to kill the Ender Dragon with potions right now. I mean, I have these 3, which I can still use. And of course I missed the first one. No, this is not gonna do it. No, we failed. This is insane. I should have brought another brewing stand. I should have brought another brewing stand. There's also no way for me to get back home. I have to kill that dragon. Damn, I should have brought more potions. Or at least tested how many damage the potions did. Well, we did our best, but it just wasn't enough. So we will need to finish him with the classic sword. Which also isn't too bad. Let's just finish this off. But we at least know that it is possible to kill the Ender Dragon with potions. But for the next Ender Dragon fight, we don't really need a lot of items, but this one is gonna suck and be pretty annoying. Because after destroying all of the crystals, I am gonna fill up this fountain with some actual water. And you might see where this is going. There is just one tool I haven't used yet, and that is the trident. And that's why it's going to be pretty annoying, cause I will have to do this. Oh, actually, I thought this would be way worse. I thought I would get damage every time I did this, but... And boom! We killed the Ender Dragon with a trident. And this was more successful than, of course, the potions. We don't talk about that one. And finally, the last way I will kill the Ender Dragon this episode will be the most epic way of them all. With my bare hands. But now you might be wondering, why was this the last Ender Dragon fight this episode when you still need 1, 2, 3 more gateways? But I still have 3 ideas in mind on how I can kill the Ender Dragon, but those are not possible right now. And that is because 2 of those require a trial chamber. The obvious one is of course the maze, which I don't have yet, because I've never been to a trial chamber in this world before. And the other way is with wind charges, because those also do damage of course. But I am going to leave the trial chambers for a different episode, which I actually think will be the next episode, so stay tuned. So we won't be able to do those 2 right now. And the third way I had in mind is of course with the new weapon, the spear. But you know, I haven't updated my world yet, so that is also pretty impossible right now. But of course, in one of the next episodes, I will check out the new update with the spear. And we will of course kill the Ender Dragon. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. We got most of the gateways. Still need 3 more. And we got a lot of dragon's bread. I also have 4 shulker boxes full of glass bottles, so I can collect some more dragon's bread if I want to. So if you enjoyed this episode, I of course hope to see you in the next one, and you know, you can also give a like and subscribe if you want to. Well, that is everything I wanted to say, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Holy